Oh man.
And
Oh,
why?
that's a bad idea. We don't know our favorite song on the album. I couldn't pick one. These songs are generated from years and years of, like, from when we were just in high school making
What's
music.
the oldest song?
The oldest song is the ones we knew.
Ones we knew, yep. And that one actually hasn't changed that much.
Yeah.
We changed it a little bit, but as far
basically,
as the basic sound composition, it's pretty much the same as when we used to play it 4 years ago.
the songs, I mean, when I listen through the album, what I think is it's just like one like major song to me, like one of our best songs. Like every time I go to the next one, I'm like, this is one of our best ones. It's because over all the years, we've played for 5 years, and basically we took all of our best work, smashed it all together, and made what we consider all of our best songs. And so it's hard to say.
What about the most surprising song? What song turned out better than you thought it would?
Yeah,
For me, that one is either Sunlight or Golden Field.
Yeah.
Sunlight was completely different when we heard the example that you wrote whatever long ago.
Yeah. We took a techno.
So that thing got turned around. Yeah.
We took a techno garage band song and turned it into a full band, like rock beat, dance beat type song.
Either that or Golden Field. I never thought would sound good.
And it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it actually worked out really. We had a lot of trouble with that one. We couldn't get the bass to sound right.
And the interludes are really cool. Like the whole album is a continuous play album, which is not that original, but we basically, all the interludes are really personal to me, and they're like little tidbits of things that I had recorded on my iPhone over the years. And so we basically just took those little recordings and added some things to them or whatever, and created these little personal interludes between all the songs. And then, for example, like the end of They Were Wrong About Us, basically that song at the end has a thing called what we call Devil Said a Woman. And all it was me in a closet. We set up my blue microphone and one SM57 on the ground and a card table, and I set up a chair and a card table and just stomped and played my acoustic guitar, and you end up with this really folky sounding, kind of crazy Jack White type of thing.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So the interludes are sweet. We put a lot of time into those. We used some pretty cool instruments on the album. I mean, I did the violin work and viola work, and then we added in some sampled cellos and violins, as well as Mexican bass and some other, weird stuff like the Arhu from China, and then we did some Celtic. What's it called when you hit the keys? Dulcimer. So we had some dulcimer in there.
On the album we used a pretty wide variety of MIDI instruments. A lot of sample strings, violins, cellos, violas. We did a few sample choirs, female choirs. I think we did a boys choir, chamber one time. And then we've done just a wide variety of other things. We've used some synths, we've used a few different organs in the background, maybe a few sub-frequency overtones, things like that.
I'd say my favorite part of the album was just getting to do the mixing and EQing and compressing, and the whole finishing up project was the best. So getting everything put into place and working it out and making everything sound good together was the best part.
Well, recording, Kevin did all the drums, all the drum set recordings. Jeremy did all the djembe recordings. Cole did a few guitar parts. Most of the guitar tracks were recorded by Danny. He also recorded all the lead vocals, a lot of the backing vocals, a lot of the harmonizing. I did the bass guitar. I helped out with some of the harmonizing vocals as well. And I did the majority of the MIDI work. Danny did some of the other MIDI work that was left in the album. Miking, recording, and things like that was done by Danny. We had some help from Kirill, one of our, did he help on the recording? Yeah. Kirill helped on recording. Kirill helped a lot with tracking vocals. He spent a lot of hours doing that. As far as all the editing, all the mixing, all the long legwork, that was done mostly by Danny and me.
Time, open her up, see what's inside. Oh, it's operating.
Chris Grisham, yes, he was an sound engineer that came over to our studio and kind of gave us a consult for a few hours. Talked to us about what sounded good, what needed to be changed. Yeah, he helped produce the final product and make everything kind of come together right before we sent it out for mastering. And then we sent it out to Colorado Sound Studios to be mastered by Tom, who was a big help.
I'll probably fix your face, but it can't be a man. Oh, it's operation time. Open her up, see what's inside. Oh, it's operation.
The hardest part of the album was just the sheer time that it just took us a lot of time, and you know, we didn't have a crew working for us or any kind of studio who had a place that was always set up and always ready to go. So we were kind of having to do it on a really fast-paced, you know, set up our stuff, work on it as long as we could, and then, you know, have to break things down. I mean, we're using someone's house, so we couldn't just always have a permanent studio set up with all our equipment and wires and cables running everywhere. As well as, you know, we just had to put in the manpower, all the mixing and learning of how to do the mixing and recording engineering correctly.
I think my favorite part of the album is seeing the beginning, the lowest form of, you know, the instrument that we were recording slowly be put together with everything else and go from something that wouldn't even be considered a song all of a sudden to a fantastic, you know, 4-minute masterpiece.
So we're about to go on stage. Here's our drummer, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
What up? He's one of the engineers here for HEDJE at the School of Mines. We're playing a big festival show for him, as you saw up there. A lot of people. Hey, get that shot, Jeremy.
What?
Get that shot.
I did.
Yeah, he got it, This is Corey. But yeah, so we're about to go on stage here in a little bit and just blow these guys out of whack. Have some fun. Tell these nerds what's up.
Yeah, you know what hit them.
Tell these nerds what's up.
We're having a concert. Hey, dude.